Hi, I'm Christy. I want to talk to you today about milestones and inchstones. You probably haven't heard of inchstones before, but it's a concept that I was introduced to very early on in the therapy process. We're all familiar with milestones and how babies grow and develop and reach the milestones, and if they don't, the doctors become concerned. With special needs though, reaching those milestones can seem like it's never going to happen. And a lot of times we end up just throwing the milestones out the window because they're so behind in development that they don't reach them in the regular time frame. So an inchstone is where you take a tiny part of the development process that you need to reach the milestone and you celebrate each individual part. And a lot of times reaching those is a little bit sweeter. And it's a lot more reason for celebration because it took so much extra work and so much extra time and effort to reach that small inchstone that you feel like you should throw a whole party for each one. One example is my son. We had to teach him how to jump. And normally with a baby or an early toddler, you just kind of hold them, you say, let's jump, and you kind of mimic it, and they get the idea. And pretty soon they're starting to push off on their own, and pretty soon they've got figured out how to jump. With my son, we had to teach him every single step. Okay, bend over. Okay, push off. Okay, land with, land. Oh, wait, you've got locked knees. That's not so good. Bend your knees. Okay, yeah, you get the idea. So even today at 17, he likes to jump, but he lands with locked, bent knees. Probably still not the best, but it works for him. That's one example of teaching the inchstones along the way. And I remember talking to my friends about how excited I was because he finally learned how to push off in jumping. Another example from his life, he had a lot of feeding issues when he was younger. And so one of the examples that sticks out in my mind is that he used to take a goldfish cracker and eat it in 2 or 3, maybe 4 bites. And so we worked with our speech therapist, and she started working with on taking bigger bites and taking bigger bites. And no, let's back up. You gotta open your mouth. Let's take this much into your mouth. And again, every time when he went down from 4 bites to 3 bites, and 3 bites to 2 bites, and 2 bites to a whole one all at once, it was a huge deal. So why am I doing a whole video about this? Because this is part of life with special needs. And these little tiny inchstones really are huge accomplishments. It's not equal to just a kid learning a milestone and reaching a milestone. These take so much more effort. But we need to celebrate that progress has been made, even if it is just a tiny little bit. So I say celebrate the progress, regardless of how big that progress is. And as we celebrate each of these steps, and as we work towards reaching these big milestones, I hope that we remember that life is good and there is never a dull moment.